Alright, so Scott Coker is saying that he's still going to make the fight. He said the fight's going to happen between Michael Venom Page and Paul Simtex Daley. He said the grudge match is going to happen early 2018. We all heard Michael Venom Page, do his message to Paul Daley saying, dude, you turned down 3 fights against me on 3 separate occasions. You don't want to fight me. You talk all this shit after fights and in interviews, but you actually don't want to fight me. I'll never fight you. Now, for Scott Coker to come out and say this, I think that the fight will actually happen for sure. I think that Scott Coker is a guy that puts together any fight that he can that has any type of excitement around it. If he's able to put that fight together, he will make the fight happen. My issue with this is there's absolutely no reason to wait until 2018 to book this fight, because you have to keep in mind Michael Venom Page is on the last fight of his Bellator deal. So if you're telling me right now that Michael Venom Page is booked to fight, just for example, before the fall, that means Scott Coker already knows that they're going to re-sign him, and then the Paul Daley fight is going to be the first fight of his new deal, which it'll kind of suck, man, because everybody thinks that Michael Venom Page has all this potential, but he's scared to go to the UFC. He even said in an interview, I've been thinking about it, my family's been thinking about it, my friends, we have all had an open conversation, and we don't know if the UFC is the best place for me. He doesn't believe that he can compete with the best guy. So I'd rather have him come out and say it. Like, you know what? I'm fine at Bellator. They treat me well. Why would I want to go anyplace else? That's something that no one else could relate to except for a person that has been in that position before. And I would just say, hey, man, to me, it sounds like he's pussyfooting around. But as long as he's not complaining about money, as long as he's not complaining about not being a star, I'm going to leave it alone. I'll leave it alone at that point, because you have to keep in mind, in his last fight, he looked like absolute shit against an absolute nobody. So me personally, I literally don't see him having a successful UFC run, but he could do some flashy shit if they placed him against the right people. It'll almost be like hitting the reset button for his MMA career. If it was me, I would tell, if I was Michael Venom Page, I would tell my management, go give me the UFC deal, put me in there with 3 or 4 bums, and then we'll reevaluate at that point. I'm not even going to call anybody out at that point. We will reevaluate at that point. That's what I would do. He has the flashy style where he could become a star overnight, literally with one fight. Everybody, oh shit, Michael Venom Page, he's about to rise up the ranks, man. This is crazy, but that's never gonna happen at Bellator. And it seems like he's even scared to fight somebody with a name named Paul Daley that doesn't even have a true name. Hardcores know him. Paul Daley, man. I think Paul Daley's gonna fucking drop this guy and knock his ass out. That's what I actually think. I think Michael Venom Page, I think he gets too comfortable. I think he plays around too much. I think he plays games in there too much. And Paul Daley is willing to load up big and throw his entire body behind the punch. Paul Daley would not have to worry about any takedowns. He would not have to worry about any submissions. Paul Daley would have a man on deck. He would hunt down Michael Venom Page and beat that ass. Now, is he really turning down all these fights in the background? I don't know what else to say. Man, fuck it. It is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments.